Hello, America and the world. This is Radio Free Market, and I am your host, Michael McKay. We are behind the lines of socialism, my friends, and Radio Free Market is the voice of free people and free markets. Today, our topic is, what kind of person runs for political office? With Mr. Doug French. Welcome, Doug.
Thanks. It's great being back.
Yeah, it is great to have you back on Radio Free Market. I always enjoy having you as a guest, and I want to encourage all of our listeners to go into our archives and look at some of our other excellent shows that I think that we've had the opportunity to post because of you. So as an introduction to our new listeners today, Mr. Douglas French is the president of the Ludwig von Mises Institute, and you can find out more about that at Mises.org, and the author of Early Speculative Bubbles and Increases in the Money Supply, which is a book that I think everybody should be reading right now, particularly if you went out and saw the latest movie, Wall Street 2, because they do talk about the tulip mania. The real story about the tulip mania can be found in Doug's book. So Doug is a retired banker, and he received his master's degree in economics from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, under Murray Rothbard, with Professor Hans Hermann Hoppe serving on his thesis committee. And Doug also teaches in the Mises Academy, which I would like all of our listeners to learn more about. The Mises Academy program is a way that you can learn at home via the Internet under the direct guidance of some of the leading scholars of Austrian economics in the world. I strongly recommend each and every one of you to check out the Mises Academy at academy.mises.org. So Doug, according to the most recent Gallup poll, 77% of Americans give a negative rating to the U.S. Congress, and has been consistently above 70% negative since October of 2005. Over the past 4 months, President Obama's approval rating has been consistently lowest, in its lowest levels, according to Rasmussen, yet recorded for the current president. Obviously, the populace knows there's something wrong, since this is not a new phenomenon of low ratings for politicians who are notoriously known for being liars, cheats, and worse. As H.L. Mencken said, those wishing to get elected and stay elected must be prepared to break every moral rule they have ever known. Tell us about Mencken and how correct he was.
Well, Mencken was, and again, if any of your listeners have never picked up H.L. Mencken, please do. And his notes on democracy is really a primer for that everyone should read if they really want to take a hard look at democracy. And of course, there's been no better writer, and if you don't want to take it from me, then take it from Murray Rothbard. H.L. Mencken was Murray's favorite author. But Mencken made a living in primarily writing for the Baltimore Post, or Baltimore Post or Sun, skewering the politicians of the 20s and the 30s, and he looked at democracy with a very jaundiced eye, and identified the man who would run for office, a man at some time or another having compromised his honor either by swallowing their convictions or whooping for what they believe to be untrue, was a quote. And I think the same is true today. We have the same type of person running for office. These are people who are not the nation's elite. They are not people who have accomplished a lot of things in life. They are people who have lived their life to be on the stage of politics and receive that sort of gratification.
Okay, so I'm going to interrupt you right now, because we are coming into our first break, and when we come back, folks, we're going to talk about the skills required to succeed in politics are not those required outside of politics. So please stay with us. This is Radio Free Market, and we'll be right back in just a minute.